Yo, what's up with it? It's your boy Noonie. It's Leo in the third house, and we back with another read.
Yo, what's up with it? This your boy Noonie, and it's Leo in the third house, back with another reading. This is gonna be another pick a card reading. We're gonna be asking the question, what really makes you a catch? All right. So I thought about this because I hadn't done it before. I thought about doing what makes you attractive, but I didn't really want to do that because I've seen that like so heavily saturated, and I try to like do different topics or at least a different perspective of looking at it. So I just, this was like a different perspective of looking at it right here, doing it this way, so that was it. That was the thinking behind it. I thought that was pretty dope. Um, what else? I don't know. I don't think I have anything else outside of that. I just wanted to kind of get to this because then I want to go back into do the zodiacs again because I really like doing those. So that's it. So I'm gonna be doing this pick a card right here. Take a look at these piles. Got 4 piles, and then I'm gonna be doing astrology probably tomorrow. All right. So today is the 15th of September. So I think I'm gonna try to do it like every other day, every 2 days. Do astrology too. All right. Anyway, that's it, dog. That's really it. That's all. That's it. All right. So look, 4 piles. There's gonna be a closer view of the piles of the stones right after I get done with this. Right. I'm gonna give them out. So this is gonna be pile 1. This is gonna be pile 2. This is gonna be pile 3. This is gonna be pile 4. I'm gonna put numbers above it as well. Did you see my handwriting? That was me that did that. I thought I was really artistic. Anyway, you're gonna see the piles. Also, time stamps. Time stamps mean that you can pick your own pile. You don't have to watch the whole reading. You're just gonna go down to the arrow, hit the arrow, tap down, scroll up. You're gonna see where it says, time stamps, and then you're gonna pick your pile, and I'm gonna be right there. Boom. You hear me? All right. So let me stir up this tea I just made. It's some some lime, ginger, and peppermint tea with some fresh honey. Whew. So hype. It's hot right now, so the prime time will probably be in the middle of pile 1. We'll see. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna show you the piles. Boom, pile 1. So, pile 1. What really makes you a catch? Your sense of gratitude, the way that you make room for others and new ideas, the way that you balance spirituality and practicality, how you love to join forces, how you share your abundance with others, and how you feel there are other opportunities or abundant opportunities in the universe. So it all extends off of your gratitude. So that's the first thing that makes you really a catch, that you're very grateful for the things that you have. All right, you honor yourself, you honor the things that you love. And these last 2 cards right here will be the person who really sees you as a catch. Okay. So anyway, you could be a Pisces, you could be a Taurus, you could be a Aquarius, or you could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. All right, so I got that energy. Or this could be the person that may see you as a catch. Anyway, so what makes you a catch? Oh. Oh, it's a lot of good stuff about this. Oh, okay. So 1, you nurture yourself. All right, that's a good thing here. All right, and what also, you're a person who manifests a lot of new beginnings. All right, you're a person who balances spirituality, balancing spirituality and practicality. This means that you're a person who has very high principles spiritually, but you know how to apply those in a more practical sense. So you're never too up in the air or too, magical. You're actually a person who's very practical. So not only do you, manifest things, you also put the physical work or the physical effort into things. You're not just hoping or wishing on a star. You're actually putting the work and the effort, the groundedness that's needed to, to show your commitment to bring in your desires. Right? And with concession right next to it, that means that you mentally make room for new ideas or for new creative ventures, or you allow for, giving space. With it, I would say giving space, because that's what concession is about, allowing space, making space for things, making space for new things. So you're in that energy. And then we also have a process of a cycle letting go. So you're a person who isn't afraid of letting go. So we always say that everybody who, you're not, you close out cycles easily, and we do, and here you do, because it's got a skunk, which says someone is trying to box you in a corner. It's giving you anxiety. They underestimate that when you were pushed, you will come out swinging on their ass. And then we have spider. It says they tried to trap you. It tried to trap your energy and sent you evil eye, but they're unaware it's going back to them like a boomerang. So what this is giving me is that people try to box you in, corner you in, and they just can't. So it's almost like people can't really figure you out, but they see you in a sense of gratitude and peace and relaxation. So you're always kind of, and then with union, we also got conjunction. So this means union. So you're always in this energy, or this constant energy of appreciation, valuing yourself and valuing others, just kind of valuing your existence, because abundance is the abundant universe will provide is that energy of just like allowing spirit to just give you what it deems you worthy of, or what it deems should be on your path, and you being fully acceptant of it. Because that's what gratitude in this point is like being fully acceptant of everything and everyone and what's there around you. It's almost like a kumbaya type of person, all right? So you're very good at working together with others and empowering others. Conjunction in this deck is about empowering. Sometimes it's about a lack of individuality in a negative aspect, but this is usually because you really want to help others become the best version of themselves. Like you may push more for them than you do for yourself. Like you may sometimes, because with Pisces next to that, Pisces could be a person who doesn't understand boundaries. So you may be even a person who sometimes puts others ahead of yourself. And this is something that actually makes you much of a catch, because you're very selfless. Pisces is a soul lover, a person who loves you at the deepest points, at your deepest parts. So this is someone who, you would be someone who really loves people at the deepest parts, at their core, even in their worst, even in their despair. You're someone who genuinely loves someone deeply on a, on a soul level, where it's like no matter where they are, no matter how far away, there's love, all right? And it's genuine. But you're also a person who's not afraid to release, all right? So after you've given all, so you're a person who gives it all. That's what it is. You give it all. So in love and relationships and partnerships and friendships, you give all of yourself, fully of yourself. That's big. Whew, that's big. All right. And so that's why. And it says right here, even practice gratitude. So it says you're good at ending processes, and then you're good at starting new ones, manifesting new ones right behind it, and doing this from a place of gratitude, because it says you are manifesting new beginnings. Stay focused and remember, practice gratitude. So right next to that, wow, that's kind of crazy too. Sometimes I'll be wanting to do this online, like do this like live, so you can see how it comes out, because it always baffles me too. But at the same time, it's like, we know what we're looking at now. But at the beginning, it was like, woo, wow, it's crazy. And sometimes it is, but for the most part, now it's like, yeah, glad that it's easy to read. That's all. That's what I'd be thankful for. Like, whoo, thanks for making it easy. You know what I mean? So you're a person who likes to combine energy. So maybe combine resources, maybe combine talents, maybe combine just, energies, maybe even sexually. But I don't get too much sexual cards. I mean, I do, because I got the tarot sexual magic, so that's kind of funny. But I guess that's your attribute, because people call you as a catch, like you're very sensual, you're very touchy, very lovey. You're very traditional, very wise. Like people want to maybe cater to you, or they want to please you. There's an energy of people wanting to please you, all right? You could be very educated or very knowledgeable. You give off a regal vibe, all right? Maybe it's like people want your acceptance, all right? You're a person who can nurture yourself. That was the big thing I picked up, because I also got sacral chakra here. Not sacral chakra, solar plexus, which has to do with your personal power, independence, being authentic to you, choosing your own way in life. It's also about assertiveness, you know what I mean? So this is about putting yourself first. So you're a person who isn't afraid to put themselves first, but when you are with someone, you're very loving, very giving, very nurturing, very grateful and appreciative of the energy and the time spent, and as well as willing to share your abundance and your, whatever it is that you've gained, because you're like looking to join forces and work together. And so it says that you create a sacred space for yourself. All right. So that's just, comforting yourself. So what else we got? Oh, so, okay. So people feel like they can talk to you all night. with this Four of Swords, with the Four of Swords in reverse, sometimes it can be about fatigue and whatnot or overwork, but mostly it's about what makes you a catch is that people feel like they can talk to you over all night is what I'm getting here with the Two of Swords next to it, because this is a sexual tarot, sexual magic, so it's like indulging and like really wanting to like pry and get to know you. So people really like to get to know you. They really like to ask questions. They really like to inspect you. What makes you a catch is the ability that people don't feel like they have to defend themselves, because in all these pictures nobody has their swords. It's a bunch of swords, but so traditionally tarot swords are about strife and tumultuous times, but in these cards there isn't any. Even in the reverse cards, like there's no stress, there's no worries. So people always feel like what makes you a catch is that there's no stress, there's no worries around you. It's like they feel like they'll be taken care of. Like these people are nurturing them. I can't really show you them because they're naked, but these people are like nurturing and fully embracing and like really showing each other unconditional love, or showing each other passion and sensuality, like just touching and just hugging and kissing. So this makes you a catch because people feel loved around you. Like that's really the energy. People feel loved around you, and it seems like you have boundaries, but sometimes you can just go a little bit over in giving to them. Not necessarily like you do the most. It's just like maybe you could sacrifice yourself, which is like a Pisces trait, even if you're not a Pisces trait. And this energy is just saying that you can maybe sometimes sacrifice yourself, your needs, your abundance, to other people because you love them so. And I can understand that. So, you love people. That's cool. All right. You are a person, basically, mostly it's just like you heal yourself, you heal others, and you give of yourself. This is what makes it. But you're also, so there's also tension with you, because I got tension right in the middle, and that's working right next to right next to the union, right? So there's tension sometimes between joining forces, between merging energies, between combining ideas. So there's probably like a level of tension. And with the Two of Swords next to it, it's usually a choice that has to be made, or a need of you guys kind of having to mutually agree on feelings. Because the Two of Swords is analytical. So the only way to get through the analytics is to trust what you feel. So when it comes to swords, that's the best way to deal with them, is work with your feelings as opposed to the thought processes, because that's what got you there initially. So what they're saying here is that that's what makes you a catch, is that you guys just go with your feeling. The tension becomes in the way that you guys think, but you becoming aware of it, and then just going with your heart. So I guess maybe you're hard to convince verbally, but when you get into your heart space, or when you go with what you feel, you make the best decision. And a lot of people feel that way about you. You also have courage. So people feel like you're not afraid to make mistakes. You're not afraid to, make failures, or to strike out or whatever, not be perfect. That's how people feel about you. They feel like you're very intuitive. That's what makes you a catch, being very intuitive, being very dualistic. So this is understanding both sides of the coin. All right. I really feel like you're super spiritual though, because this Hierophant is like really like say something, dog. Just look at me, say something. You know what I mean? So you must give off this really spiritual, or just really, maybe I was gonna say godly, or like maybe it could be like a God complex almost, or like not superiority. It's kind of like, you know who I am type of vibe. You know what I mean? So people love that about you, like like maybe you're a celebrity, because the star here could be a celebrity with a Hierophant. This could be a well-known, established type of person. You know what I mean? You could have a well-established reputation, and for being either spiritual, or being stable, or being grounded, or having strong beliefs, or strong principles, or something like that, or having authority, or what I mean, or just giving an image of regality. Let me take a drink. Hot. All right, what really makes you a catch is your attractiveness in your body. You could be of a lighter complexion, could be of like a Spanish descent complexion, or browner. You don't necessarily have to be that, because I got white skin and brown skin, and I have Native American. So it could be because of your skin color as well. I guess that would be kind of like a fetish, but I don't know. Maybe they like the way that your color of your skin, maybe the sun hits your skin very nicely, or when you get out the pool or something. I don't know. But that's what I picked up here with skin and your body, like your something about like the sensualness, your sensual moves, how you're comfortable in your physical frame. So that's something that makes you a catch. So people feel like what makes you a catch is like, I guess, almost not being able to be tied down, because sometimes a Knight of Cups is a person who only cares about their feelings, and this is a Knight of Cups in reverse. So this would be a person who only cares about their feelings. So you're not easily tied down with others, and because we got the Four of Swords over top of that, that's usually fatigue, exhaustion from fighting, from bickering, or from like some past like disappointment. So it's like people can't tie you down, like verbally. I guess maybe you're good with listening to words, and you're not a person who falls for words. And that's what it is. It's like, you can't really be tied down. You may have other options, because the Hierophant has two women that are like pleasing him, or attempting to please him. You know what I mean? So that could be that. You could be a person who maybe keeps options, has other options, other things around. You know what I mean? Like, people want to please you. They want to touch you. They want to be around you. They love your body. They love your sensualness. They love the way that you love, and that you're very giving and loving, and all that good stuff. All right. So I could ramble on, but let's go over the person who really sees you as a catch. Could be an earth sign, could be a water sign. All right, so this could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right, this is a person who sees you as very patient. This is a person who's been waiting very patiently for their happily ever after with you. This is someone who's been putting the time, the effort. They had a beginning with you, and they're waiting on the fruits of it to show. They're waiting on this relationship to produce its value. So this is someone who's been waiting for a long time. They've been persistent. They've been patient. They're starting to be impatient. They may be giving off an energy of already being happy, or like seeing this situation already happening in their mind. They could be jokingly saying this. They have a feeling of like gratitude. So this person is already grateful for you, or they're grateful for, the time and the energy that you guys have spent. So this could be just somebody who's already invested time. That's what it is. Someone who's already invested time in you, who sees you as their happily ever after, or at least, top tier in terms of like their emotional fulfillment. They see you as an intricate part of it. So like I said, it could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right. So let's go over the energies. We got Taurus, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and we have Pisces. All right. So, pile 1, that was your reading. Thanks for watching. This your boy Noonie, and that's Leo in the 3rd house. Boom. Pile 2. So, pile 2. What really makes you a catch? Oh, okay. All right, and this one card right here is going to be the person who really, really, really finds you as a catch. All right, it's going to be the element, but it may not necessarily be the element. It just may be, describe the person very well. So let's go over these energies. The energies that you could be a Gemini, you could be a Sagittarius, or this could be a Gemini. This could be the people who see you as that, but that one card represents them and their attributes. So maybe this could be them. It'll be Gemini. We have 2 Geminis. We have a Scorpio. We have a Pisces and a Sagittarius. We have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We have a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and we have a Cancer. All right. We got a lot of air energy, a lot of... Okay, so what makes you a catch? You're very powerful. All right. You're very powerful and abundant. You could be very generous. All right. You're a person of achievement, of accolades, of status, of monetary gain, all right? And you're very peaceful and humble while doing that. So you're a person who trusts in the divine tours that spirit gives you. So you could be very divinely led. You could be also a person who likes to look at the bigger picture in situations. So this is a person who likes, all right, with a bridge next to it. Hold on. All right, so with bridge next to it, this is a person who sees a bigger picture of how to connect with larger people, with a lot of people, or how to find a middle ground with a lot of people. Like looking at a bigger stage. You could be on stage, you could be seen on stage. It's also, when I think about this, looking at a bigger picture, I also look at it as someone who sees how everything plays a part in their success. all right, or in their evolution. Because look at the bigger picture is right next to Pluto, which is about like renewal, transformation, evolution, evolving, breaking some type of karmic patterns as well. And so this is what makes you a great catch. Like you're a person who's achieved this. All right, you found your dual side, or you found an equal balance between your masculine and your feminine side. All right, what does it say? No more skimming. Yeah, so you're very abundant. So it says no more skimming. Abundance and prosperity is coming to you from spirit. And I told you, and then you're a person right next to trust in divine detours. So you are a person who trusts in spiritual detours. So looking at the bigger picture, that's very clear that you're always open to whatever spirit is pushing your way. You see it as meant for you to happen, and that there's a bigger scheme or a bigger plan to this whole situation. So you go with it gracefully. All right. And this gives you a lot of achievements, and it gives you a lot of accolades, a lot of abundance, all right? So you're spiritually protected. You have a lot of core truths and intensities. You're a person who's not afraid of the highs and lows, okay? Yeah, person who's not afraid of the highs and lows. You can be very inquisitive and very snappy, very sarcastic. I think people like that. You always have a retort, something to say back, all right? They do see you as very romantic and very chivalrous, all right? Very loving, very attractive as well. All right, very attractive. They see you, like, what's very attractive about you is the way that you like get along with people, the way that you, I guess I want to say romance, the way that you romance people, so this is like friends and family whenever they're around. Well, I don't think we care about friends and family seeing us as a catch. So let's see the lover. So what you do is you're a person who gives. Sometimes though, because it's a Knight of Cups, so sometimes you could be a person who gives the get. So you paint a very good picture of being very romantic. So you could be kind of like, not maybe rushy, almost rushy kind of, because Jupiter, Sagittarius, Mercury they're fast moving planets. And we have the Chariot here too. So this is like fast moving energy. The only slow moving energy I really have is the Knight of Cups, right? The Knight of Cups is the only person that I have who's kind of slow moving. And maybe Pluto, because Pluto has a slower rotation, a slower transit, or a slower revolution around the sun. So maybe that. But you're mostly like when it comes to slowness, the slowness is in changing your patterns. The slowness you have is in your evolution or in your transformations around seeing things clearly. So you do have maybe like people like that, like the way you see things. So maybe you transform your ideas or transform your personal truths often. You know what I mean? So maybe like when new information comes in, or when spirit gives you new information, you change that. Like, all right, so it's like maybe you might see the world one way, but then you get an intuitive hit and you're like, you know what? I no longer see the world that way. I no longer have to be this way or behave this way or feel this way. And you go through a transformation, and that may take you a little bit of time, because that's the only slow energy I got. And it's that energy of being confused. So maybe you have stages and periods in time where it takes you a while to get over certain confusions based on core truths that you've told yourself. And core truths are just like, for instance, some women have, I will not divorce, or I will not ask a man to marry me, or I will not text first, or whatever. Like, maybe asking a man to marry you might have been extreme, but just giving you examples of personal truths that you say that you will not change or transform. Or maybe you won't date a man with kids, or you won't date a woman with kids, or you won't date, people who don't have the same religion as you. Like core truths that you hold valuable. It takes you a little while to change them, but they do, because the transformation is here because of Pluto. So you do. You are a person who goes through maybe turbulent rebirths. And I think people find that as attractive, because every time you do it, there's abundance that comes from it. All right. Now, you could be a high education teacher, someone who teaches, because Jupiter energy is here. So this is someone who's very optimistic, but is usually a teacher, spiritual principles of some sort. So, you may be doing something similar to that. All right. You have a lot of high-minded ideas. With the Sagittarius and Gemini energy, this is high-minded ideas. This could be almost esoteric information as well, being very creative, very expansive with your thoughts. So a lot of your thoughts are aimed towards large projects, large, infrastructures. You're thinking of big scale. So a lot of people find that as attractive, because you're thinking in an abundant mindset. You believe of yourself having the best or the finer things. Now with Pluto energy here, you can be kind of controlling, with your resources, or you can be very controlling with either sex or power and control in some sort, because that's what Pluto usually represents. Power dynamics, either in sex or in control, which usually represents like either emotional, psychological, or resources. Because think of Scorpio as the 8th house, which is Pluto rule. So think of it as like resources, either sex, resources, or like some type of psychological warfare almost. All right. So they do see you as like having or possessing that type of power over others. All right. So you could be like very good at communicating your ideas or communicating the whole picture or the whole idea that you had, but you've done really good with it. It says that, so you basically don't fall for people's bullshit. So if people are trying to backstab you, or people who have backstabbed you, they're not able to dupe you twice. All right, so they see you as a person who's, and they got you as very spiritual, like coming out of the shadows, and the divine open doors for you. So I guess like you're very spiritual, very spiritually minded, having a lot of clarity, being very transformative, being very magnetic, because Pluto energy is a magnetism, you know what I mean? So this is pulling people in. I think of that Scorpio energy as being very magnetic and just attracting abundance, attracting, suitors, attracting optimism, and attracting bigger outcomes, or bigger, I guess maybe scenarios, but that would still be like bigger outcomes. Yeah, like I said, people just kind of see you as maybe nitpicky a little bit. And they love that about you. So I guess that makes you a catch, being kind of like paying attention to details. I got the Page of Swords, which is someone who's very, very watchful. We call him a spy, but he's just someone who watches a lot. Think of it like a teenage child. When they see you doing something, they're looking at you out the corner of their eyes. They're trying to pick up the information and learn why you're doing it. So you're a person who observes people, and people like that. Like you pay attention to them. All right. You could be good at, because with the Princess of Cups, she looks like she's very nurturing. All right. So you could be a person who nurtures yourself and can nurture others. But some people do see it as like a power dynamic, as a power usage, because you don't do it all the time. Because the Page of Swords isn't really a loving type of person, and then mixed with a Knight of Cups, who's in reverse. This is someone who mostly cares about their own emotional fulfillment, but they are romantic, so they consider you like a give to get, but they see you as being maybe strategic with it. I guess they like that because it's kind of like a chase, because the people who are attracted to you are these are like high-minded people. These are people who are moving and who are like curious and like to fix stuff and analyze stuff. So, because it's a sword, this is an Ace of Swords. The person who's attracted to you, or the person who sees you as a great catch, is likely a very high-minded thinker, someone who possesses a lot of clarity, very good at talking, speaking their truth, someone who likes to give clarity, someone who has clear intentions, someone who could be very regal. They could be married, or they could be wanting to offer marriage. This could be someone who has some type of status. Someone, I would say, maybe even kind of slender, or this could be just someone who is very forthright. All right. This is someone's very forthright. They could be a public servant, or they could have a position in like the public where they're offering service to other people. Right? Because that's like kind of the vibe you give. You give this vibe of where like you have a lot of peace within yourself from previous achievements that spirit has just pretty much gifted to you, and that just makes people very attracted to you, or makes people feel like you're a great catch, because you're spiritually protected, like you're spiritually guided, spiritually blessed, and you do a lot of work, inner work, a lot of psychological and a lot of emotional inner work, and that kind of makes people afraid of you. But at the same time, they see you as like a miracle. It makes people feel like you have a lot of patience with them because you understand them. So that's what makes you a catch, is this energy of you being very witty and social, or like, what is it called? Social butterfly, or like very fun, because we also got air energy, which makes you a very fun, very fun, outgoing, social, talking, chatty, excitable person. Sagittarius is an excitable person. It's a person who likes adventures, person who has great ideas. They can talk. They're very charismatic. They can win an argument. So this makes you a great catch, because you're probably a person who can win arguments, because that Page of Swords gives me that person who you just can't say whatever to and think that this is the end. So it's that type of energy. Is like, I'll say what I want to say, and I may say something in a way that you don't like it. It's a little crafty, it's a little sharp. It'll get under your skin if I try, so it's kind of that type of energy. Like, yeah, if I want to, I'll turn this joint up with my mouth, all right, or with my thoughts. So that's kind of energy. It's like you could be this way, but you're not. People see you as more charming, more outgoing, having a lot of will. So this makes you attractive, like having a lot of will, a lot of authority, a lot of discipline, a lot of focus, all right, and a lot of wisdom and intellect, a lot of knowledge. Like you're very knowledgeable, all right, and you're very independent because we got the Three of Pentacles. You're very independent. The Three of Pentacles is in reverse, which is usually about not wanting to cooperate with others. So they kind of see you as like very independent, but able to do all these things that they really like. So this makes you a catch because they're saying that the energy is there, you're just not utilizing it. So a lot of people feel like if they just push their might, or if they really just persist through forward with you and be very disciplined and very focused on you and be very clear with their intentions, that they can get you to move forward. That's what a lot of people feel like. So that's what makes you a catch. All right. So let's go. Pile 2. Let me give you signs. We got Gemini, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Pisces, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Okay. So pile 2. That was your reading. Thanks for watching. This your boy Noonie, and this Leo in the 3rd house. Boom. Pile 3. So, pile 3. What really makes you a catch? Oh, you forgive. You're very forgiving. You let go of grudges. Okay. That makes you nice. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. All right. So, what really makes you a catch? Let's give you the signs real quick. I got Gemini, Libra, Taurus, Capricorn, Pisces, Gemini. So this could be you, could be them, the people that possibly see you as that. This card right here represents the person who most sees you as a catch. All right. So, use a lot of creative talents or your abilities, your mental capacity to help other people. You could be also a person who frees other people from burdens, so you may teach people how to forgive. Now, what really makes you a catch is your good fortune. Some people feel like, well, you know what I feel like? Because this is kind of funny to me. Sometimes the lovers in reverse can be, and is lined up with Athens. And sometimes with Athens is I think the phrase for that is too many irons in the fire, meaning having too many things going on at once. And then we have the lovers here in reverse. And sometimes the lovers in reverse could be a person who likes to have both ways. So they like to have their cake and eat it too. And with that having a lot of irons in the fire and answers talking, you could be very flirty, you could be very talkative, you could be very social with people. All right, you could be very intuitive, naturally knowing what other people need, like knowing how to talk. And you can talk kind of harshly to people too. They like that. I don't know why. I guess people like that because bringing a gentle touch is in reverse. So this means that you have a capacity of actually being very gentle, very loving, very intuitive, and good with your words, and then being very harsh with them, and almost being kind of like, I was gonna say maybe like tunnel vision, or kind of like only seeing it your way. All right. So our backs tell the stories no books have the spine to carry. So you may have an interesting life story that a lot of people care about, or a lot of people know. Your life story must be something that a lot of people know, and it gave you a lot of discernment. So you have a good level of perception. All right. You know how to express how you feel, because that's what I really get. Like I got a lot of sword energy. Like you're a person who knows how to express. All right. And it doesn't really come from an emotional space. It comes more from a logical, intellectual space. All right. Like there are feelings, but when the feelings come, it's more you're intense with your feelings. So people like the way you express your feelings. So when you come forward to express a feeling of emotion, it's intense. And I guess that makes people feel enthralled, or makes people feel loved for, or like carried. Like it's something like people reminisce about you, or they think about you a lot. Like they feel like they're on cloud 9. All right. Or they get this cloud 9, this floaty feeling thinking about you. All right. They see you as a person who attracts a lot of abundance. So this makes you a catch as a person and with sacral chakra here, this is a person who's very creative, a person who's very sensual, but it's also a person who invites a lot of other people in. They draw people in magnetically. It's almost like a Pluto or a Scorpio type of energy. You draw in a lot of people. And that's why people see you as a catch, because you draw in a lot of people. All right, you're very forgiving. If people have addictions, you may be understanding of that, very understanding of that, maybe very gentle. You could be a person who's healed through addictions or who has gotten over addictions, because we got the devil in reverse. So you could be a person who's gotten rid of addictions or released addictions, or you could be like currently battling addictions and, you know, doing your best, because we also have the Seven of Swords, which can also be about self-deceit. You know, so sometimes you could be like in the energy of like, and I guess that makes you a catch, because they got Ten of Swords, which is an ending and detaching. So either you've gotten over drugs or you're like working on it and it may be a battle. It's one of those two, because we got the Empress in reverse as well. And this makes you a catch, like you're abundant. So maybe you're cleaning up, you're getting yourself together, and this is making you a catch. Or maybe you were once this way and now it's making you, you know, making you look better, because now it's making you a catch. You know, because that's what I get. Like I got a lot of energy of like possibly drugs or addictions, or like some type of maybe even sexual addiction, or some type of addiction that you've healed or gotten over, but maybe you're actively in it but not really in it. You know what I mean? Because something like that. Because like the Seven of Swords is kind of like, I've gotten over this, I understand it, I'm not really doing it, but I'm doing it, but I'm not doing it like I was doing it. So that might be that, like that might be something there. That could be it. Like, because it's adaptive energy, because that's what like a mutable energy is. Pisces and Gemini are mutable energies. You know what I mean? Libra is a indecisive energy. Taurus is the only energy that likes to hold on or reminisce. So with those type of energies, you could be a person who likes to reminisce or likes to hold on to some things from the past. It may take you a while to let go of things. So like you may transition out of it. And I think people like that. Like your transitioning style or your transitioning phase. Maybe you transition out of, because it's like I go up, I go down, but I let it go. But it's there, but it's not where you can see it. So it might be kind of sneaky. You know what I mean? It might be kind of like that, like, you know, or you temper your addictions very well. You temper the things that you feel. So it's like kind of like you've curved your addictions, or you've curved like the things that you feel are like a weakness to you or a vulnerability to you. You become very aware of them. So maybe if you do exercise them, you don't exercise them as much, because I feel like you exercise them, but maybe you don't. Because the Ten of Swords can represent an ending to that, you know what I mean? And like a recognition of it, like, okay, I learned that lesson. No longer will I go through that. But the devil is here. It's like, all right, I'm going to free myself from it. But the Seven of Swords is giving a self-deception of it. So I don't know. Sometimes, you know, people like that you're a little bit sneaky. I don't know why it would make you a catch. You know what I mean? They see you as very sexual, you know, and being something that's very powerful or very intense, very loving, very nurturing. Makes you a catch because you can play both sides of the field. So maybe they see you as like hard to pin down. That's why I kind of get sometimes with the Ten of Swords and the Lovers and the Empress and the Devil. It's like hard to pin down. So maybe that's what people really, why they find you a catch. Maybe you're a chase. Maybe they like to chase you. You know what I mean? Because like you have a lot of creative talents. You have a lot of things going on. So people have to maybe chase you. And that's what I think they find that, like they find that like they have to be crafty. They have to really think about it. They have to really put time and effort, because you got a lot of swords. Like people have to really put time and effort. They have to really think about it. It's like it takes a lot of, like, sometimes people feel like you've crossed certain lines with them, or like, you know, like you guys have come to a point where there's no coming back from, but then they'll come back. So it's kind of like that type of energy, which is kind of weird to me, where how I picked all that up. But that's what comes up. Like it's like, I don't know, like maybe because answers you need are coming, or like needed. There's like confirmation that's needed. There's conversations that need to be had. And with the Ten of Swords and a Devil, but a Seven of Swords, it's like people have ended situation with you, but it's like they always want to come back and communicate with you, or they always want to come back and say something to you, or they always want to come back and like try to find their way in, finagle their way in some way. You know what I mean? They see you as this person who doesn't know their worth just yet. So that's what makes you a catch, because they're like, they see you as an Empress in reverse and as the Lovers in reverse, but you just don't recognize like your worth. So they see you like, so that's why they want, oh, okay. So that's why they want to pin you down, because they see you as like, okay, you're like the best thing since like sliced bread, and you don't know it right now. So if I could pin you down right now, I would have Oprah Winfrey in a sense, you know what I mean? Like, or I would have, you know, Breonna Taylor, or whoever, not Breonna Taylor. Damn, I'm so sorry. Why did that name come out? But I would have Tiana Taylor. That's what I meant. Tiana Taylor. You know what I mean? Or whoever, one of these famous women or famous men. You know what I mean? Like that's how they feel. Like they feel like, yo, if I got with them before they recognize that they're an empress, I'd be the man. I'd be the woman. You know what I mean? So that's why people see you as a catch, because they're like, you don't know how great you really are. So this is people who probably want to help you recover, help you close out patterns and cycle, help you heal, get over addictive personality or get over addictive habits or get over some type of subconscious programming you've had. And they would like to flirt with you and they would like to, like, you know, be more gentle and loving with you. You know, but it's like this, like maybe they feel like you're in some type of tunnel vision. So you could be really focused on like work, studying, school, learning. You could be on something. You know what I mean? Because they say that you got too many irons and you got too many things going on. So this could be a lot of creative talents, a lot of creative abilities. This could be other people as well. Like you could be having your hands full on a whole lot of things. And this makes you attractive because you're very adaptable and very easy to get along with. Yet everybody feels like they can save you or change you. Like they want to pin you down because they see you as like one of the greatest catches ever and you don't know it. So that's really why they see you as a catch. Is like it's almost like you're humble. Like you don't recognize how bad you are, how beautiful you are, how attractive you are, how abundant you are, how loving, motherly, nurturing, charismatic, and confident you are. You don't see it. Well, maybe you should be with me right now before you figure it out. So that way everybody can like validate me. So that's how these people would feel, because the people who are attracted to you, or the person who feels like you're a who feels like you're a catch, is someone who has a lot of options. So that's why. Someone who has a lot of options recognizes that you are a baddie, that you're a great catch. That's why it makes sense now. Because I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would they think that? Because you don't recognize that how beautiful you and how attractive and how giving and how much of an empress or how much of a catch you really are. Because the empress is here, meaning this is a catch. This is the catch of all catches. The ideal lover, and who doesn't see themselves as that. And that's what makes you most attractive to people. It's almost like being humble and not recognizing it. Not recognizing that if you just shape up just a little tad bit, that you would be the baddest thing ever to them, and that other people probably couldn't touch you. But right now they feel like you're accessible, and that's what really makes you a catch. Because they was like, imagine catching Oprah before she would recognize she was Oprah. Imagine catching a baddie or a celebrity, you know, Ice Spice before a Drake or whoever recognized her. Like recognize, like that's who you are. That's how they see you, as like, yo, this could be the next, you know, world celebrity. And if I can get with her right now, I can pin her down or pin him down, then I'd be coming off really well right now, because you don't see yourself as that. Damn, that's crazy. They see you as like wanting the best of both worlds right now. So like, you know, wanting to be like in a relationship, yet also wanting to be single and having fun and being sexual or being intimate with other people. Like, I guess some people feel that way about you, or that's their intent. Maybe that's their intent. So it's one of those two. Like maybe that's what makes you a catch, that it's hard to pin you down because you're living the best of both worlds and you're not being close or intimate with other people. Because you could be doing one of two things. You could either be, you know, having fun, casual relationships, seeing the best of both worlds, or you could be single, celibate, you know what I mean, but not be allowing other people to get close to you, or you could be in a relationship yet being able to be, you know, free and do what you want, which is giving you the best of both worlds. All right. Either which way, people see you as a catch because you don't know how beautiful and attracting and charming and how much you got going for yourself yet. So that's really what makes you attractive to them. That's what really makes you the catch to these people. They're like, yo, if I had that on my roster, bro, it's lit. You know what I mean? It's up for real. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what the women say. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what women say when they got a bunch of dudes. They just be like, another guy on the team, whatever. I don't know. What do y'all say? You better not say nothing. It's like, anyway, let's go over the signs one more time. So we got Gemini, Pisces, Libra, Taurus, Gemini, Capricorn, and that's it. So, pile 3, that was your reading. Thanks for watching. This your boy Noonie, and this Leo in the 3rd house. Boom. Pile 4. So, pile 4. What really makes you a catch? Oh, that's a good way to start out. And okay, that's a good way to start out. Damn. All right. There's a lot of cards too, but damn, this is decent. So you got the star twice. Oh, Okay, so that's the person. So that is the person who sees you, or possibly the people who see you as a catch. All right. But anyway, let's go over the signs that you could be. You could be a Taurus. You could be a Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Aquarius again. All right. So we got Sagittarius and Aquarius. So we got we got two Sagittariuses, three Aquariuses, two Tauruses, one Scorpio, one Leo, and that's that. All right. Could be you, could be the people. Who knows? You know. All right. So first thing out though is boundaries. Boundaries around family. So old family beliefs. Normally this is like not being part of a family because we got family in reverse. So normally I think it would be like being not part of a family, but this is also releasing previous family beliefs, all right, and making boundaries. So what makes you a catch is that you're very confident in your boundaries. You're very confident in the things that you desire. And it comes right next to hold your vision. So that means that whatever it is that you desire, you're stuck on, you're fixed on. So if you want a goal or a planned outcome, that's it. There's no compromising. This is what I want, and I'm very assured that this is what I'm asking for. All right, so that's the same thing with your boundaries. You're very confident at your boundaries. All right, so it's like, well, I said that I don't want this to happen around here. That's that. All right, and this is, so it's kind of like, like a stubborn person. You're fixed. This is it. We're not negotiating. We're not compromising. All right, taking the lead and surrendering now. So surrendering is right under family. So this is surrendering previous family patterns, beliefs, ideas, things that kept you stuck, kept you stranded in a certain way of being or certain type of behavior. All right. So you could be a person who likes to travel a lot, or you're very adventurous. Could be very bold, very I was gonna say passionate. So you could be very bold and very passionate. You may travel a lot. You may, like, your visions or your eye. You may be like a visionary. All right, like maybe the things that you think are a little bit futuristic or they're a little bit advanced, or they could just have like a bigger picture attached to them. Like maybe you may want to start a lawn care, but you start thinking about how can I make this lawn care become franchised and take over the world, or like maybe you're an entrepreneur like that, or you think large scale like that. All right, now what makes you a catch is your attractiveness, for sure, because we got Venus here, and this is a person who's very desirable. All right, and with the star here, what makes you attractive is that energy of not everyone being able to possess you, not everyone feeling like they're in your league. Like a lot of people feel like you're a wish that won't be fulfilled, like they can only dream or hope. So that makes you a catch, like this energy of being too far out of other people's reach, or like giving this energy of like, maybe like not saying that you're better than people, but it gives off an energy of like, like you're a higher echelon than me, you're a higher quality person than me, or you're up there to me. So it gives off like a star quality, even if you're not necessarily a celebrity. It gives off kind of like a star quality of people feel like they project onto you a better version of you, where they kind of make you seem to be perfect. All right. People do see you as this person who's very compassionate and very peaceful, very loving, but you're like selfish with that. You don't do that. So they see you as a catch. So this is kind of like the other pile, one of these piles where it's like they see you having the ability, so that naturally makes them think that they can make this happen. All right, this is the people who do that are people who are very optimistic, and they like to keep a lot of optimism about the relationship, because the star in reverse and temperance right next to it is the type of people or the person who sees you as a catch. So they're people who are very optimistic, people who are very broad-minded, but they see you as being very broad-minded as well and being very philosophical. So you guys are on like the same alignment. People who think the same as you and who feel the same way about you or feel the same way about life are the people who see you as the ultimate catch. All right, but we'll get there. So people see you as a person who's able to take the lead and think on their feet. You could be very crafty, very slick, very sharp-minded, following your instincts or your impulses and being very confident in doing that. All right. You're a person who checks in with yourself instead of masking your pain. So you're a person who like, or you might joke. You might joke a lot. So you might joke a lot, to like mask the pain, or like, you could be very funny where like if you are expressing a disappointment, you may make it kind of jovial or kind of funny, like a hee hee ha ha in a subtle way. You know what I mean? People think, oh, that makes you a catch? Oh, you worked hard on changing and you don't allow people to pick on you anymore. So that makes you a catch now, that you defend yourself, that people are no longer able to take advantage of you or pick on you or treat you less than. So now that's why you have the regality to you. Okay, cool. Because that's how people feel of you. They feel like you're a celebrity, or like a minor celebrity, or like someone who's just out of their league. Like they can't really, you know what I mean? Like the people who find you as a catch are people who also still feel like you're out of their league, but they're trying to keep hope that possibly that there'd be a chance of either reconciling or a chance of sharing their cup with you. So these are people like on the outside, people who don't really know you, people who fantasize about you. They project you to be this grand person or like a celebrity. People who, they idolize you, they worship you in a sense. All right. These are people who put you on a pedestal. This is people who see you as a catch. People who put you on a pedestal, which could be an Aquarius, or it could be a Sagittarius, or it could just be people who are in that energy of being very futuristic, thinking of other people outside themselves. This is people who like normally would put other people ahead of themselves. Not saying it's a Sagittarius or Aquarius trait, but that's what I'm just saying. That these people who would see you as a catch are people who would normally want to put others before themselves. So this is someone who would want to worship you, who would want to, kind of like take care of you. They would want to love you. They would want to, be of service and be around you in a way that they can create harmony and balance within you. They would want to connect with you on an emotional sense and in a psychological sense, but they also would want to connect with you on a sexual sense. All right, because that star is naked and that represents vulnerability. So these people may also have fear of vulnerability. So there's maybe people who are afraid to approach you. All right, but they feel like if there was an opportunity or a chance that it would go well. All right, so these are people that's kind of like hoping on a star, wishing on a star for you to encounter their life. Now, what makes you a catch is I got laughter. So you are a jokey type of person. You must be very funny, or you're very argumentative, because I just seen that as well. Sometimes Sagittarius could be very bold and argumentative, ready to fight. So you may be that type of person who's also very bold or ready to fight, turn up if it need be. All right. They do see you as being very forgiving as well. So you do have a very good tinge of forgiveness. And that's what I just seen. I thought I just seen that somewhere else, where it said that you've worked hard to change and you don't allow people from the past. Like you leave people from the past. Like the shit that happened in the past, you leave it in the past. Like, yeah, that was in the past. It is what it is. And so that makes you like that makes you a catch, because a lot of people love how you're just so forgiving and how you can just get over situations that once hurt you or burdened you at some point. So it's like you don't carry that. You're very jovial, very laughy, very lighthearted, very independent. That independent is, you could be very strong in stature too, because I see the elephant and I see the hyena, and I didn't even know that hyenas were that big, but they are pretty big. You know what I mean? And they can break bones. So I don't know, maybe you could be a little bit maybe dangerous, or you could be a little bit protective, because that's what I was thinking, more so like protective, because I see the stork and I think of like a mother, or like that the Vlasic pickle. So pause. You know what I mean? But anyway, people see you as very comforting, very stable. All right, they see you as like a person who loves community, or who thinks of community, or has a community, or creates, or doesn't mind creating like a community effect. So like if you guys meet with somebody who's at a party, they may want to do something for all of us. We're at a shindig. Let's do something that we all can eat. Let's order food. Let's make sure that all of us eat. You know what I mean? Like you're that type of person that includes everyone. Right? So that makes you a catch, because you're not just thinking of yourself. You're thinking of everyone. All right. It says you're a king or a queen, so that goes back to that regal nature. Elephant here. You're a king or queen and have strong values, and your ancestors are constantly giving you guidance. So that makes you a catch. You have strong values, and your ancestors are always giving you guidance. So people believe your vision, because Hold Your Vision is up here at the front. They believe your vision. They believe that you have an expansive vision or expansive way of seeing life. All right. So you must be traveling a lot, because I said I am somewhere else. So that must make you a catch, that you're always on the go, or always traveling, or always from wherever they thought you were. So maybe you're not always home. Maybe you're not always in the same state, same city, same neighborhood. Maybe you're always somewhere else from where you were normally at before. Like they feel like you're always somewhere else. Or maybe you just struggle being present, and that makes a lot of people want to get your attention. So like, you know how like maybe you're unbothered or you're not really paying attention to people, that makes them want to like, tap you or like, hey, or, like try to get your attention. Because that's really what it is. Like people really want to be acknowledged by you. They really want to hold your vision. They feel like you're going places, like you're very adventurous, and like you're independent. You don't need other people around. So maybe like you're a party starter, or a free spirited type of person. Maybe you are the party. Maybe the party doesn't start till you get here, because it's like you're very confident and you get the things you desire, but you're not afraid to work or pay for. Excuse me. You're not afraid to work or pay for them, or take care of other people to get what it is that you want. All right. So you're a person that feels like wherever you are is a perfect time. So it's like you make use of perfect timing. That's good. And it says you're on the right track to stop worrying about and focus on the positive. So you're just very optimistic, always focus on the positive. So it's like being right where you are, where you need to be at the right time. And thinking on your feet, crafty. Yeah, it's pretty easy. You're just a person who focuses on themselves. You're loving if you need to be. You're stable because you know what I mean? Because it's for you, but you're also generous and giving to other people. You'll take care of other people. But you're also a person who's not afraid to like let go of past resentment or let go of people, cut people off, because you're like super independent, and you're always getting guidance from ancestor, from spirit. Like, you got strong beliefs, strong family beliefs, but you've built boundaries around old beliefs that aren't serving you anymore. It's like, those family beliefs aren't serving me anymore. I don't feel that way anymore. So I don't feel how they feel anymore. So I'm gonna do my own thing. And that makes you much of a catch, that you're pretty bold enough to do what works for you, as opposed to doing what you think you should do. So that makes you a catch, because a lot of people aren't free like that. A lot of people don't do what they want to do. They do what other people think they should do, or do what they were told they should do. And that usually comes from family programming. But the first card out was family in reverse, which means that you could be that's usually about being independent, not having a family, not listening to family. But it's also could be in a good way. And that's how I would have read it. We're right next to boundaries, not listening to what family has to say about, old beliefs and patterns, breaking those, and building your own traditions, and then creating boundaries and drawing a line in the sand. Like, this is me, this is what I want, this is how I feel, and I'm confident in it. And that's really all I got for you. So let's give you the signs real quick. Could be Aquarius, Sagittarius, Taurus, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aquarius. Okay, could be one of those signs, could be the people, you know what I mean? Give or take. All right. But yeah, I got your attractiveness. They really like your attractiveness. So go you. All right. But anyway, Pile 4, that was your reading. Thanks for watching. This your boy Noonie, and this Leo in the third house.